Hey there, YouTube friends. It's Dustin here, and I'm going to be doing a response for uh, baseball collector. Many of you know him as Mike here in our community, and he's doing a very generous giveaway in honor of reaching the 5,000 subscriber milestone. And congratulations, Mike, on reaching that milestone, and thanks for the opportunity. I've never been to the Dallas Card Show and never had a chance to meet fellow YouTube members of the community. So uh, I were lucky enough and fortunate enough to win. Man, I would be excited to go down there and fly, make the trip just to meet people. I may not spend more than $10 on cards while I'm there because just wouldn't may not necessarily have the budget for it at that point. But even if that's all I did, it would be well worth the time and the effort to make the trip for me. So anyway, I'm going to try to make this video as short as it can be, but that means it's still going to be long because I talk too much. And these topics here are things that I've been thinking a lot about, and I've got all sorts of things I've been wanting to say, and it's been hard for me to hit the record button to start this video because I know I've got so many things I want to say, people I want to mention, and I know I'm going to forget some people and not mention them, and it's going to disappoint me if I do. But what Mike wanted us to talk about was number one, what the YouTube community means to us. And I can say without a doubt, I've met some of my best friends here in this community, and I haven't met any of them, but they're people that I'm always happy to talk to, and I'm excited to chat with and see videos from and what they're doing. They're that here's where I'm gonna go. It's like I'm gonna mention lots of names, and it's like Dustin Abraham, from Dustin and Blake. Definitely, one of the guys that first really started kind of like pulling me into talking and interacting with people more than just through just a comment on the video, because I was certainly doing that pretty pretty often, but just kind of pulling me more. And there's so many people here from the what we call our card family group, guys that I I feel like my life is better because I've gotten to just interact with some of these guys. Andrew Mazza, Big D for Life, Adam Ha. I mean, there's so many of you guys. Michael Newman, Bronx Bomber cards. Uh, JT, Brian Roth. I'm gonna start talking all these names, and it's like I'm there. There's guys that aren't active making videos really much anymore, but man, it's like I still keep a little bit in touch with them and talk with them occasionally. Like Yankees cards, Jerome, Gators MLD, Michael. There's so many guys that I could mention, as far as it's like I have I've been privileged to be able to get to know them on a small scale, and it's been great because I'm able to share a hobby that I love and enjoy with all these people that I didn't have before, and that's really what brought me to the YouTube community to start with. Uh, the other day, I just moved into this house. I was able to get this office that you see here in the video set up, And I was like kind of excited. I had some friends coming over for a housewarming party. I was like, I'm gonna get a chance to show my office, and it's like let people kind of see some of what I got on display. It's like, hey, maybe it'll be cool. And it's like, give the quick tour of the house, and I'm like, say, yeah, here's the office. This is where I'm working, where I display, and we spent 40 seconds or something like that in this room, and that was it because they were like, oh, that's kind of cool, and they were out, and I was just like, oh, because I wanted like to be able to say, hey, look over here on this shelf. I've got Babe Ruth and a Lou Gehrig, and I've got two cards that are like 150, close to it years old, and it was like just sailing right on past. And so it's like, and when you're excited and you're passionate about things, you want to be able to like share that with people. And I didn't have that, and I was looking for places to do that. And I was like posting, on some online forums, and it just wasn't. I still wasn't getting like the same level of connection with people, and YouTube is what is what did it for me though, and I'm so appreciative of the relationships that I built there. You know, and I remember, it's been a while back, and I watched Pepino Man when he did his response video, and he talked about, that he wanted. Sometimes he felt like he was kind of typecast into this, being a clown and being a funny guy. And I remember we had a phone conversation when we were talking about that one time, and he talked about that he I was one of his favorite YouTubers, and I'm just like blew me away that that he would look at my channel and wish in some ways that some of what he could do would be more like what I do because he wanted to talk more of a more serious nature sometimes about the cards and that. And me, I'm like, man, I wish I had it in me to be funny and unscripted and just and make people laugh the way that he does. So it was kind of surreal to think that somebody that you admire the way they do things is actually looking at your channel and is like, man, I really like the way he does that, and it's something that still surprises me a lot when I think about it, because I Pepino Man's another one. It's like, man, everybody I think should feel blessed to have been able to just watch him at work, and the way he just brings joy to himself and everybody around him, and just a tremendous entertainer and an outstanding person as well. Of course, another one I would be remiss not to mention, Ricky Russo. I feel honored that I got the opportunities I did just to talk with him and interact with him. I never met him in person like some of you have, which, I mean, kudos to you. I mean, I hope you all treasure that experience because, man, I know that's something that I really wanted to be able to do was to meet him. He was just such an outstanding person to speak with, and for as much of a gruff exterior and tough guy as he had, that man had a heart of gold, and he treated everybody in this community with respect, and that's just something that I will always remember. There was nobody that came along, whether they were a 12-year-old kid or a guy with 5,000 subs, he would treat you exactly the same, and that was uh, perfectly respectful. And man, that's just uh, just an outstanding guy. And you know, it's been it's been amazing my time on YouTube. I've been here, a couple of years now. In a lot of ways, it feels like it's been just months. Uh, but it's you see some people come and go, but it's been great just to have people to share some things with and listen to me talk. And it's like I can show you a card that I picked up, and it means nothing really to most of you either. But it's like, hey, this guy was from Lincoln, Nebraska, and he made it to the NFL. And so, I bought a card of him, and I'm going to put it in a binder of all a bunch of other guys that are native Nebraskans. And there'll be actually some people that'll bother to listen to that, and actually, show some appreciation. It's just a great thing to have that in in here with us. So uh, now, as far as people that have inspired me, there's there's a lot really. Obviously from like a collection standpoint, I know Mike, actually, baseball collector, he was one of the first people that I started watching their videos on YouTube. He was a member of the same forum that I'm a part of, and he posted a link to one of his videos about his 300 great cards, the Mike Payne registry. And I started watching that video, and then I watched some of his card room videos. And so then, as he would post, I would start. I subscribed, and I would occasionally watch his videos, and then I started finding out, oh, there's actually a community of people here, and so uh, that uh, was eye opening to start seeing that. And then so, yeah, I would say Mike's influential just as to bringing me into this community and helping me discover it. Some others, Dustin Abraham, again, one somebody that inspired me to be active and taking part, on a personal basis in this community, has been really inspiring to me. As far as like people whose collections, a couple of names that it's like Blue Jacket 66 and uh, the Mangini collection, John Mangini. Uh, those collections obviously are probably, it's like I don't get envious of what other people have for the most part. It's like I got what I got and I'm proud of it. But I tell you what, those guys got some things that's like, oh my gosh. I it's like that really, it's like, oh wow, I really wish I had that. And it's like most people, it's like I'm happy for you with what you have and that, and it's like, but there's just another level there with those two collections that just makes my jaw drop sometimes, when just the breadth of all that is encompassed in there. I got to get going faster. So, and then also, Pepino Man, that guy inspires the heck out of me in the way he, is just able to just express so much joy in what he's doing. That's something that it's like, man, I wish I could just like, get a small dose of that and really bring it to life like he does. But we all don't have those as our talents. I know that's what happens when you gesture too much and you end up hitting buttons to stop the recording. Uh, as I was saying, uh, numerous people that I I admire what they're doing and the way they do things. I too many to mention, but Alex Bowman 53, enough said cards. There's so many guys. It's like I'm gonna go down this road and then I'm gonna feel bad because I didn't mention this person and I should have. Rick Oddball Cards and there's I know I could go DB Tiller, Allen's Cards. There's a lot of guys that are doing great things, building great collections that I see, and it's just the things that they're doing. It's like wow, I really uh, enjoy seeing that, and even if it's stuff that maybe not necessarily I wouldn't do. The Hall of Fame collector Bill. That's another just amazing collection that I want to mention as well. So, all right, all I'm going to end up doing, I think, is probably name dropping and repeating myself. But uh, there's there are so many people that I truly appreciate having known, uh, and I I can think of 6 names that I didn't mention that I probably should have, and then if I say those, then I'll have 6 more. But anyway, thank you again, Mike, for the contest opportunity, and I'll have some more videos coming soon. But thanks again for anybody that stuck through this. Talk to you later. Bye.